Hello everyone. This is a presentation to introduce an AI roadmap for higher education sector. The name of the system is a Smart Course Recommender System. Higher education, like any other industries, is struggling with challenging environment because of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. We call this situation as VUCA environment, and this environment demands a new kind of leadership in higher education. Modern leadership demands modern strategies, which needs more sophisticated and intelligent tools to cope with the changes. And we know that intelligence is the ability to adapt to change, as Stephen Hawking said. So AI and ML are among the best solutions in VUCA environment because we have stored a huge amount of historical data in our on-premise servers, and secondly because they are capable of self-reasoning to provide more sophisticated solutions for students as well as decision makers. How we could use AI and machine learning in education sector. So far we can see the trace of the AI in AI powered assessments, NLP, especially for survey analysis, personalized training, designing smart content for courses, chatbots, which is very common, face recognition, and course recommender system, which is the focus of this presentation. A smart course recommender system that I call it course advisor bot, like chatbot. What are the key steps? Defining the problem, how we can success and cope with this problem, which kind of data we need, how we can design the solution, and how we can measure our success. RMIT is an educational organization, and the first goal in its strategy is transformative student experience. And two priorities in this goal is inspiring teaching and graduating ready for life and work. I want to say that this system can help to achieve these priorities in this goal by facilitating the educational journey by providing an easy to use and effective course advisor bot, improving the educational performance or pass rate and the reputation of the university, and finally reducing the educational cost and resources allocated by advising a student the best choice in course selection, and help them to finish their period of education and join to the life and work as soon as possible. How we can evaluate this idea, the course advisor bot? The approach that I utilized is the PPCO matrix. I talk about pluses and potential first, and then concerns and overcoming in the next slide. Pluses of this system is improving educational performance, providing perspective for a student in their educational journey, reducing the failure rate, providing more opportunity for new enrollments, and improving student success rate. Potentials are included reputation for organization, absorbing more student and increasing income, feeling of support and care for the student in their educational journey. The concerns would include richness of the historical data, bias in the training data sets from gender, ethnicity, and age point of view, ethical concerns, personal sensitive data or responsibility in the wrong decision of the system, who is responsible, technical ability of internal analytics team to implement the system, friendly design of the final application, that how it affects the utilization of the application, and budget and resources, and how we can overcome with these concerns the utilizing national data for other similar organizations, encrypting sensitive data fields in training dataset if they are needed, and removing them other sensitive fields if they are not needed in our solution, improving the skills of the internal team or outsourcing it, using different prototypes of user interface and get a survey on them to assure us which prototype or which system look like is better for a student, and providing a convincing report of return of investment. In this slide, I show the look-like prototype of the final deep learning-based solution of the system, and I show two different scenarios: one for the before the census state of selecting the subject, and one after finalizing the semester. And the student can select the different subjects and possible different outcomes or real outcomes of the previous semester, and see the impact of these grades and subjects on his total period of education. And in this example, for example, the system shows 3 semesters would be needed to finish with these possible outcomes. The team scope includes 3 different main groups: data analyst with SME, which try to understand where are those data or fields that they need for the system are stored, and how they are stored, and how they can extract it. And then they send the request to the data engineer and ask them to design the SQL script to extract those data which are needed for this solution. And finally, data scientist and machine learning engineer, they try to model the data and upload the data in Amazon SageMaker to build the system. What the success look like finally, and how we measure the success. The success would be same as application. Web-based application can be browsed by a student, or a mobile application, and the student enable the students to predict the future of their educational period by selecting different courses and different possible grades for those courses. And how we can measure this success or KPI, I suggested 3: number of students who receiving guidance for course selection, graduation period, which I expected would be shorter, and overall pass rate, which I expected would be better than before. Measuring these 3 and comparing with the historical measures can show the effectiveness of the system. Conclusion: the Smart Course Recommender System, or SCRS, is aligned with the strategic goals of the organization. This project can be implemented by designing a deep learning solution in AWS platform or SageMaker, including all the build, train, and deploy. The key steps of the solution are defining the problem, what is the success, and how we can extract the data, how we can implement the solution, and how we can measure the success by those 3 KPIs. The estimation for implementation all of the above periods is 50 days, 20 days for solution implementation in the SageMaker, and 30 days. In the first 30 days, the team, technical team, can get trained to work with AWS, and also during these 30 days we can finalize the problem definition and designing the prototype and data extraction for and make it ready for the final step. Thank you.